Hey fish friends, Zenzo with Tazawa Tanks, back with another video. I wanted to make a video today, and it's kind of more of a vlog to just talk about the fish keeping hobby, how I am making money, and also something that came up recently that I thought I would share. So first off, I guess I'll start with that part and just kind of share with you something that transpired, nothing bad. Recently, within the past couple of months, I have been in communication with an owner of a local fish store here in the Bay Area. And he had kind of jokingly asked me if I wanted to take over his business one day. And I kind of joked it off and laughed it off and, said I wasn't really interested. And he's known me for a while. He knows that I have a service business. And, but then after, I came home, talked to my wife about it. And then when I went back to the store a couple more times, we would kind of talk about business and, how are things, and talk about the industry. And he brought it up again a couple of times, not asking me directly, but just kind of dropping little hints here and there. So, I thought about it. I thought about it a lot. I thought about, the pros and cons of what that would be like. Can I do it full time? Would I have to quit my job? Could I keep my job and pay someone to do it? And I kind of ran through a bunch of things in my mind, talked to my wife about it. And I've owned businesses before, some really successful, some not so successful, and everything in between. And so I wanted to get someone's opinion. And if you don't, I'm sure you know if you're watching this channel, because you probably subscribe to a bunch of the aquarium channels. But Corey at Aquarium Co-op, if you don't know, he's a very smart businessman, for one. Is a great resource there. But he also is the owner of a fish store, and also has a YouTube channel, etc., which I'm sure you know. He has a store up in the greater Seattle area, just north of Seattle by about 20 minutes. I actually had a chance to go visit him and see the store, actually, and he happened to be there a few months ago when I was up there on business. So anyway, if you don't know, he offers a service, a consultation service, and it's a tiered service based on whether you're a hobbyist or if you're a business, and then there's time, different times that you can purchase actually through their website. I'll put a link to that down below because it might be interesting for you. But anyway, he offers consultation, and so I thought, you know what, it's a big enough decision, or not even that it was a decision of mine, but something that I was contemplating, that it was worth me investing a little bit of money to talk to somebody. I didn't do any of my due diligence yet, and I didn't, really go into, the details about buying the business, but I wanted to explore a little bit more. So I thought, why don't I talk to someone who is not only a business person, but also owns a fish store. So I ended up setting up an appointment with Corey, and it was a Skype meeting. So, I was able to talk to him face to face via, a monitor. I used my iPad, and we kind of talked through, my current job, as I'm sure, maybe if you don't know, but if you do know, I have a full-time job, a corporate job. I travel all over the U.S. Kind of a high-stress type job. I'm very busy. But I also have a side business, which is servicing tanks here locally, and I do that like on the evenings and weekends and things like that. So I talked to Corey and shared with him some of my history, what happened in my previous business, kind of the financial situation there, what happened. My current situation, he knows I live in San Francisco, so it's high cost of living. And after we kind of talked through it, it's not that he talked me out of it, because I think I was already there, but he just gave me some really good feedback as far as what I should focus on and the best use of my time. So I'm kind of reapplying myself and thinking about that. I love this hobby, and I like being able to make a little bit of money doing it. I love it, and I do have a service business, so I thought about doing the breeding for profit thing, and if there's a lot of great videos. Steam Thought Aquatics has a kind of a series of videos on breeding for profit. Aquarium Co-op has a 5-part series on breeding for profit that was also very informative. And I thought about that, and I thought about even using this tank here. It's a 40, and I bought a bunch of other tanks today on the dollar per gallon sale. So I've got another rack going over here, so I'm going to put probably 5 to 7 more tanks up here. But I bought some today. So I thought about doing that. I've got fry growing in some of these tanks down here, which I'll probably end up giving away or selling or something. So yeah, I thought about, that might be fun. It's kind of a good, it's not that I'm going to make a living doing it, obviously. It's just a supplemental income that allows me to buy extra tanks and buy a bunch of sponge filters and buy lots of fish and not have to worry about the extra expenses because I'm making money in the hobby. But that's a lot of work, and I don't know if it's going to yield me the kind of the money stream back that I would want. So I'm going to continue with my service business. It's a very, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's hard work. It's hard work when you've got to, lug one of these big old things to, I don't know if you can see that, but lug one of these in your car with all your equipment, and I've got a suitcase full of equipment. You got to lug that, up, to an office building and up an elevator and do a big water change on a tank and things like that. It's not easy, but there's very low overhead. I don't have any employees. The cost of goods is very low. I just have to buy some CCAM Prime or Safe and, have some filter floss. And I already have my equipment, so I'm not spending a lot of money on it. It's just, a little bit of gas to get there in my time. So basically all of the profits go to me. So it's a good way to make some additional income, and I enjoy it. So I think I'm going to continue that for the time being. It's something that I can do that doesn't interfere with my regular job, which is very important, which is, what supports, my lifestyle and our household, etc. So, but Corey also kind of put a little idea in my head about kind of branching out, utilizing some of the time that I have when I travel to, visit other operations, to visit other businesses that are in the hobby, to branch out and kind of increase my YouTube presence by meeting with other YouTubers and things like that. So in the future, I'm going to try to do that. I'm a very small fish in a big pond, pun intended. So it's not like I'm going to be able to fly to the East Coast and just say, hey, Dustin, let me do a video with you, because I'm like this big and he's this big, right? He's got 100,000 subscribers and I've got 300 and something, right? Or it's not like I'm going to go to Joey's new fish gallery and be able to do anything like that. But I'm going to be reaching out to some smaller YouTubers and hope to be able to do some collaborations, do some tours, some fish room tours, things like that. Which I think will be interesting. So anyway, I just thought I'd share a little bit about what I've been going through as far as my journey through the hobby, and why I have chosen to continue with the service business rather than jumping into breeding and things like that. Now obviously I could continue to do the service thing and the breeding thing and also do my job, but I don't want to pull, I don't want to spread myself too thin, and I really want to focus because time is finite, right? So there's only so much time, you can't make more of it. So I really want to focus on things that are going to give me the best return. One, obviously, is my main job. So I'm going to focus on my corporate job, do the best that I can there so that I have my continual income. On the evenings and weekends, when I have time, I can do my service job. And in the meantime, I'm also going to kind of get the gears turning and think about some of the things that Corey planted in my head, besides just the utilizing of my time when I travel and visiting other operations and YouTubers and things like that. He also gave me an idea about exploring retail even. So I'm going to start to look into that realm and see if there's a niche that I might be able to fill. And just, again, it would be something that would, I think, enhance, my personal experience with the hobby and hopefully help a lot of other people. So I'd really like to hear your feedback on this. A lot of times I'm just showing tanks and or showing my, visits to aquariums and things like that. But I really, this is a different type of topic. So I would like to hear from you guys what you think about, what I'm currently doing. And if you have any ideas either on, the retail side or the service business or, traveling and visiting YouTubers and fish rooms. If you have a fish room, reach out to me. I'd love to come. And even if you have 5 tanks, that's great. I'd love to come when I'm in town and take a look and film your tanks and say hello and just continue to network with fellow hobbyists. So I do travel the whole U.S. I've probably been on 62 or 63, actually 64 flights this year, and it's only mid-July. So I fly a lot. I've been to the East Coast many times. I've been to the Southwest. I've got some trips planned to Minnesota. I've got to go to Colorado. I've got to go back to Southern California soon. I'll probably be going to Virginia sometime this year. Probably going to Arizona. So I am all over. So if you do have a fish room, if you do want to, meet me somewhere or introduce me to some other people that have fish rooms, I'd love to hear from you. So again, please, comment, give me some feedback. If you don't want to put it in the comments below because you don't want to have your comments public, you can send me a direct message via Instagram. And my Instagram link is down below in the description, so you can send me a DM there. And I think I'll put my business email address down there as well, because I have multiple email addresses, but I'll give you my business one. It's very easy. It's tazawatanks@gmail.com, but I'll put that in the description below as well. So if you do have some ideas, or if you do want to maybe collaborate on something, or if you do have a business idea, shoot me an email there, or shoot me a DM, and I'd love to connect with you. So again, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I appreciate your subscribing to my channel if you are a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I think about 82% or 87, it was 80-something%. I think it was 82% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribers, which means that a lot of people are watching, but even more people aren't subscribing. So if you like this video, if you like the other videos that I've made, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, and that way you'll be notified when I make a new video. And I'm continually coming up with new content. I've got a list of different topics I want to cover. So, and if you have ideas, shoot me that email or direct message on a topic you might like me to cover as well. So again, thanks for watching. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your viewership. And we'll catch you on the next one.